Hey guys, Gumby here, and today we're going to have a look at my Orion KD94 Tubular key cutter. Mostly because I have to cut 20 keys tonight. I'm going to be cutting this 1452 tubular key that is used on AED cabinets. And I'm going to be using blanks 1137B from HPC. Quick look at the machine. This is my motor, standard. It looks like a standard sewing machine motor. This is the end mill. This is a KD94 end mill. If anyone knows where I can buy one of these, Ilco KD94, then please leave a note in the comments. This part here is the safety switch. There's supposed to be a cover on here that protects this area while the device is being used. And the cover is supposed to push in on the safety switch to enable the motor to spin. I don't have a cover. I suspect it's supposed to be mounted on here. And the switch seems to be blocked anyway. It was originally bypassed through wiring. I reconnected it, and then when I was trying to build a cover with my 3D printer, it just kind of got jammed up down there and never came back down. This is the part of the spindle where I'm going to hold my key blank. And over here is where I am going to put my original for cutting. And the way this works is we load our blank into the cutter like this. And it's spring loaded. You can see here that it is spring loaded. We're just going to put a little bit of tension on this. Just so that it's just barely holding. All right. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take another blank. We're going to put it in the end here. And you see this is our guide here for showing us which way the pin is up. I put this in here and I'm going to line it up to the first cut. And I'm going to push it in. And you can see there that we're almost perfect. But you can loosen this off just a little bit to allow the blank to spring forward and to come in contact with the mill. And then you tighten it up again. And now we are zeroed to a blank. No, we're not. Let's try that again and get it pushed in. Loosen it off a bit. Now, you can see here that I'm pushing all the way in with my blank. And my blank here is touching the mill. So now I'm going to tighten it up. There we go. So now, when we turn this on and I insert this key into the cutter, the cutter is going to line up with these grooves here on this post. And as this goes in to line up with this post, it's going to duplicate it here. Let's see if I can show you. Okay. This might be a little noisy. Now, because I don't have the guard, I'm just going to be careful with my eyes. Now, I cut that one too deep. So what had happened there is I actually pushed in on the guide instead of pushing in with the key. So it should have stopped there. So I'm going to have to reset this. That's one wasted key. Pull this out. And this is something that you have to do with every key you're going to cut. So I've got my blank here again. And we'll push in to the first stop. And we'll lock this down. Okay. Now put in with my key I'm going to cut again. Let's fire up the mill. Here's my first cut. Second cut. Third cut. Fourth cut. Fifth cut. Sixth cut. Seventh cut. Okay, so I've gone all the way around now. I lock this back up. Loosen this off. My blank comes out. And here we can see my cuts. Okay, we're going to cut this lock here now. This is not cut the lock, cut the key. You can see here it's an Ace lock, Chicago, do not duplicate. Oh my gosh, we're going to go to jail now. See here the lock goes in, turns and actuates the lock. Very nice. Okay, we'll set that down. Okay, we have to set our key so our notch is up. Get our key blank in. And then we get our blank, put it in, and then we're going to, I got the key all the way in, or the blank all the way in. My duplicate is here. I'm going to tighten down the vise. Alright, now we're ready to begin. So I'm going to take my Ace lock now, and I'm going to line it up here. Turn on the mill. So number 1 cut. Number 2 cut. Number 3 cut. Number 4 cut. Number 5. Number 6. And number 7. That should be it. Now lock this back up. Loosen that off. Take my blank out. Let's do a quick visual comparison. Looks okay. Now let's see if it'll operate the lock. No, must have missed something. Let's take a look here again. First cut looks right. Second, third. Fourth is probably not deep enough. Fifth, sixth, and seventh. Just going to set it back in here again. Close again. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. There we go. And you can see there the key is operating just fine. So one thing I may not have made clear in my first cut was how you get everything all lined up and how everything works. So again, we have a slot in here that we rest our blank in. This is the tip of the blank here, or the notch. It's going to go in, and because it's spring loaded, we're going to bring it back a little bit, and we're just going to slightly lock it in. Then we're going to take another blank. Now you see this post here. This post lines up with these 7 holes, which correspond with the 7 cuts on the blank. Now because I'm just zeroing it first, I'm going to put a blank in, keyed up to the top, and then you'll see the post is going to go into the first hole until it touches the end of the blank. And you see here how I'm still quite a ways away from the mill. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to loosen off the jaw. And listen. There. That sound is, and now I'm tightening up the jaw. That sound is the spring pushing the blank into the mill. So now I know I'm zeroed. Take the blank out. Get the key I'm going to cut. And you'll see when I line it up here, I'm going to start the mill and I'm going to start cutting. Now I'm going to push the post into the first hole, and it's going to line up with this cut. And it stops when it gets to the bottom of the cut. I go to the next hole, and you see there's another hole here for pin number 2. See how that one's much deeper? If I take this out, you see it's much deeper here. The next one is quite a bit shallower. Okay. And the next hole. And the next. And 7. And then lock it back out. Turn off the mill, loosen the vise, and the blank comes out. So what we're doing is this post is lining up with these holes, and when it goes in, it's going to stop at the depth of the key here. So because I've zeroed it off with a blank to here, we know that if this goes in further than the blank, then my blank is going to go that far or that depth into the key for cutting. Okay, so there we have it. 20 keys cut on the Orion KD94. Any questions? Let me know. Take care.